Alrighty, guys, what's going on? This is your boy Take Full Project Open Mic, and yes, we're back for another episode of the Side Chat. Um, just gonna get into our topics as we usual, but I want to get bring in the guys that I normally bring in. Let me see here. Sure, I have all of them on the screen. All right. So, good to be back here again with another side chat. So we have just random topics to talk about stuff tonight. We talk about anything we always do. So, again, thank you for joining us. Tempo, of course. We have Facebook, we have YouTube, and also we have Twitch. So with that said, I hope you guys had a good day and just enjoy the rest of the podcast we have. So tonight I have a person who's been in sprinkling once in a while, but hopefully he's more of a staple. Ken, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to be here. Glad to be back. I'm looking forward now with my free time and schedule to be doing this every single week.
All right, that's good to hear. And of course, as usual, we have Double A. Double A, how you doing?
Well, been working 12 hours a day for 6 days now. Might be going to 7. And Doc, promises. They never happen.
Wait, what?
He's trying to be salty at you, say you don't keep your promises. Well, at least I know for sure you got your house and everything. So congratulations again, your new house, you and your wife.
Especially Doc, given the current times we're living in, where a certain foreign nation, can't say it on this platform, is buying up all the land.
Yeah. Well, no, I know you're talking about this Blackwater. Yeah, they are buying up houses, and basically they're buying up all the houses with government money, with taxpayer money, and renting it back out to taxpayers, which is kind of messed up. I'm not surprised though.
But I'm pissed. Can't even have a house. Can't have anything.
Well, basically, they're making it harder for younger people to own houses. Cause they're not buying a small amount of houses. They're buying a lot of houses. But the thing about it is, it's not like money that's like their money or whatever. They asking the government to give them the money, which the administration we have right now is giving them all the money and saying, "Oh, this is good to help with urban development and everything like that." Yeah, people want to own their houses. They don't want to rent no damn house.
But keep in mind, Anderson, you're always welcome to my house, man.
It depends if certain two people that we know of don't get involved. I triggered one of them, and I think somehow the other guy felt it.
Well, hey, now, if you ever want to come out,
yeah, you don't got
whenever you want.
You got to
you don't need to come with anyone else.
Exactly. Nah,
it's not a matter of me coming with somebody else. It's me going, and then somebody else goes. A certain drunk and a certain cuckoo.
Well, I don't think so.
Well, look here. I got more than enough guest rooms so you can have your own spot.
But let's put
how many locks?
What the hell, man? I don't think you go the same time as they would. And also, he doesn't travel that much. The first person you talk about. So you're all right.
Oh, and before anything else, to our comrade who's not here due to a change in internet service providers or something, our hearts are with your trip.
Yeah, true that, man. I hope you get back on soon.
Yeah, he's not been. You could tell too, even on his Switch, he's not been on. So it is.
Mister, I'm wondering. I'm not asking.
Got you. So you know what? Well, let's start off a little light before we get a little bit kind of heavy. Since you're talking about that, hopefully, Aniston, I talked to you today. Hopefully, you can you could go to the store, because right now, in the gaming world, we talk about there's something bubbling, of course, and one of them is what was 2 weeks ago they announced it.
or a week ago.
Yeah.
I think a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah, the Nintendo came out with a new upgrade to their system. Not a fully upgrade grade, blah blah, like most people do it. That's not how they do it, and also that's not how they do things anyway. But
I know, and that's why I laughed about it, and I loved it.
but I was surprised though because yesterday GameStop sent me a email and said, "Hey, if you want the Nintendo Switch OLED, you can what do you call it?
Pre-order.
Pre-order it." And I went on there online and try to pre-order it. And they're like, "You got to be a pro member, only for pro members." I'm like, "Well, I ain't a pro member. I ain't gonna sign up for no damn pro member either."
And let's be honest. I tell anyone, they're not going to sell out people. Let's say you can't get the first batch. This is not like a golden 3DS, a Zelda 3DS that came out years back where they make a select few and then it's gone. This is going to be a new continuing model. So at the end of the day, they won't be gone forever. They're going to come back. If you can't get one the first time, you'll be able to get one soon enough.
I think but I think you know how people are. We human beings, and I'm not gonna say I'm not a part of that too. My reason is different, but I didn't buy it for that reason that I would get it or not. If I just like with the Amiibos right now, for Metro Amiibos, I want to get it, but if I can't get it, I'm not gonna be salty about it because it is what it is. I didn't get onto it, but I will say, I think people are gonna be a little whatever because they're trying to get it for Christmas. You know how it works.
Of course, I definitely know.
So
and don't get me wrong, I think it is a worthwhile upgrade.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that, but but going to what you're saying, I think the first batch is gonna be sold out until after Christmas. It's gonna be a hot item until Christmas.
Yeah, and of course,
because even right now, you can't.
It's gonna push some profit margins through the roof.
Yeah, I still need to do that on my gaming channel, but even that though, even with that said, I mean, there's only I walked through a lot of. Don't forget, we still have the disruption of the supply chain.
Yeah, true.
So they can't pump. So sorry about that. I apologize. So you can't pump out as much stuff as you do because again, I've gone through some stuff. There's once in a while I see a PlayStation 5. Once in a while I see, but also saying the Switch is the only thing I see most is the Switch lights, but it's like a regular Switch. I don't see them in the stores that much. Now Amazon do have them, so that's cool. I do see when I was looking for to see the pre-order on Amazon and stuff like that. I was like, okay. But I was surprised, so I was like, I can't get it. I said, you know what? I'll just go to GameStop and see what happens. So after work today, I said, you know what? I just walked in there and the lady was talking. I said, you know what? I'm gonna ask you a simple question. If you have it, just tell if you have it or not. I ain't gonna bother you. Yeah, that's all I'll ask you. Do you have the OLED Switch in white? She's like, oh yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, all right then. Go right ahead and put me down for one.
How much did you put down? Like the full, you paid it in full already, or just paid a little?
No, I paid $50.
I think it's like $50.
$50. I just spent a lot of money, and I do mean a lot of money the last 2 weeks. Even though that's a little bit of money, I can't go mess with that because I just spent thousands and thousands of dollars just last week. So no, I'll wait until the 8th to go do that. Now my Metroid Dread Special Edition, that's paid in full. And that's coming straight to the house.
Yeah, I thought about getting that because Best Buy has it on their website. It just says coming soon, the special edition. And I said, I'll probably walk in there day one or whatever and pick it up.
I don't know if you maybe you could. I mean that if the scalpels really did like they said, whatever, okay, yeah. I mean the stores have to have some kind of
threshold for walk-ins.
Yeah, they have to. Now, how much I don't know, but yeah, for a special order.
But in my case, I mean, I can access at least 4 or 5 Best Buys in my immediate area, so I can find one. Definitely, that's how I got Breath of the Wild Special Edition, and I only missed the Master Sword Edition by basically. I think the store only had 3. And actually, the first, I think, out of 5 people in line, I was number 8 or something. And the first 2 people bought 2 of them. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, I wasn't that far behind, but I still got the other special edition. I just walked in and bought it. I didn't have to reserve it or anything.
God loves you too. He hates me. I'm not the right color.
Stop.
Oh, this comes from the same guy that actually has a Bayonetta special edition or double pack or whatever.
You know how much I paid for that?
No.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be paying. I wouldn't pay that much myself either. I ain't gonna lie with you.
Well, I don't have a girlfriend, so what else am I supposed to do?
Oh Lord. You ain't got. This is a different. I can understand you do it for the gaming channel. You don't got to do it for this channel. Don't pay your soul on this channel.
Fine. Although, Doc, please tell me you didn't post the link in the usual Hangouts.
No, I put it in yours.
Okay, thank you. We don't need extras, except maybe Sprite, if you can.
I got you.
Nah, trust me, I've had my share of the BS recently too, but we can keep moving, move on.
Yep. Okay, let's move on.
But
I'll just give my quick thoughts. People wanted this thing to be like the big upgrade thing. Turns out it's just a slight upgrade, but that's nothing new. I mean, people kind of forget we're technically still under the scamdemic lockdowns, so manufacturing and shipping and all what have you are not as easy to come by as people think. I think that's why they send the pre-orders, because they want to be as prepared as they can on launch day.
Yeah.
But to me, it wasn't an upgrade. It really wasn't. Here's why.
This is the screen.
Nintendo basically did what they always do with their consoles. Once the common tech that's out at the time, or that was kind of expensive years ago, once it gets low in price, they just add it to their current unit. So for example, them switching to an OLED screen, okay, OLED is still a new technology, but at the end of the day, it was expensive 5 years ago, very expensive. It's a little more cheaper today than it was back then.
Now,
same thing with built-in memory. It was people say only 32 gigabytes of memory. That's it. I mean, yeah, but it is built in. I mean, it's flash memory. That's cool. But now it's 64 gigs. I'm pretty sure now it's cheaper to put this 4 gigs in, or about the same price as it was for 32 gigs back 4 years ago.
That's kind of a moot point, though. You got SD cards.
I know. Trust me. Even that little bit of bump didn't bother me, because I have 128 gig right now, and I still have 25 gigs left on my Switch's internal memory because I don't use it for anything. So I don't even need the memory right now, and I thought about getting myself a 256 maybe in the coming months. But as I said, even right now, I still don't need it because I don't buy any of those games that require these huge downloads to play them. And my recent pictures show that my library is basically 90% physical. Unless there is no physical version, it's all physical.
You just got to give it time. Give it enough time, all these digital titles get physical. But
exactly.
And Liger, what's your retort to the people that say, well, the PlayStation Vita had an OLED screen at launch, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and PlayStation didn't support it. We know the answer to that already.
Yeah, but that screen was only, what, 480p or something?
No, I don't think so.
No, it wasn't 720.
Oh,
that much I know. It wasn't. I think it was either 480 or it was like 540 or 480, something like that. It was no more than 540p.
That's the research.
Don't know about that, but I do speak as someone who actually has an OLED Vita.
Yeah, so do I. So.
And of course, not long after, you had the announcement of the Valve Switch, which, despite the hype around it, I think might go the way of the Steam box and the Steam controller, but we'll see.
Oh, no, it definitely will. And I just spoke with him about that. We'll talk about it later. But, yeah, I just talked to him about that before we went live. People not thinking.
Like, yeah, I don't mind that it exists, but we've been down this road before.
Yeah, we've been on this road
So,
before. Again, it depends on the thing, of course.
so what you find out about the Vita screen?
It is 960 by 544.
Yeah, so it's not even 540p. 504. That's slightly above progressive scan.
Well, it is
Slightly.
They have QHD. It's HD and what I have here on the setup here. But again, I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, that was sub HD. So basically, HD starts at 720p. Progressive scan starts at 480p, which is the Wii if you use a
Let's
component cable.
see.
So being at 504p, you were literally a hair above, maybe 5% above the 480p mark. So you're not even close to HD.
Well, QHD, blah blah blah. Like I said, I'm reading this stuff. I saying what you're saying there. It's the term they're using, of course.
Yeah, it's a term, but actual Quad HD is 1440p.
So
Real Quad HD, 1440p.
I got you. Well, anyway, like I said in my video, the only reason it works is a bigger screen. 1, 2, it works for Nintendo games because it will be better for Nintendo games because Nintendo games are for colors. So with the contrast of a OLED, you get better contrast and better pop in your colors.
True.
Oh, those games are gonna be popping.
Yeah, so that'd be good for Nintendo's games. And then they got they got a hands audio. So can't say that until I hear it, but advanced audio they say they have. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to say last night. They should have had a Bluetooth module. A Bluetooth module so you could use Bluetooth headsets.
I don't think they're ever going to do that, and I say that because they don't want any other Bluetooth frequency interfering with their controllers. Because the controllers are linked via exclusive lockdown Bluetooth. If you incorporate another Bluetooth device or connectivity, there may be some mix-up. So to me, just like the Wii U, Wii U, the controller, the gamepad used Bluetooth. Yeah. They didn't allow anything else like that. So to me, they're not going to let two Bluetooth things to mingle on that device just for security purposes.
I disagree with you on that one because it depends on what you're doing. If you got a proprietary, you got to set up for what they're doing because you can specify the blue link.
Isolated.
Link. Yeah, you isolate the link to what it needs to be. And
I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it's less secure and it's less effective when you do that because when you're already sending out wireless signal to your controllers. The more wireless signals you have to send out, you're draining your battery more. You're requiring more resources to manage that.
The battery, yes, but crisscrossing the signals, no. Because I've seen there's people, couple tech video guys that I listen to watch, and they were doing what you just said to see if the Bluetooth would interfere with the Joy-Cons, and the signals did not crisscross.
No, I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying it's possible.
But a battery, yes. The battery part, yes. You will use more battery to send a second signal out for the Bluetooth. But I think because of what the game is, I would take that initial hit just for that because a lot of people basically have their own little the headsets and everything, and that's just something people play through when it the handheld mode, because basically more people play through handheld mode than through the screen, than dock.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I wish it did support it too because I love my Bluetooth headsets that I already use. I think my headset I just bought my PC is also Bluetooth via a USB dongle. So of course, I wish that was the case. That would be very convenient for me. But at the same time, as I said, I understand. I definitely can understand why they probably did not want to go that route because of the possibilities. Especially with Bluetooth not being very secure overall as a technology. It's not secure.
Yeah, but dog, the Switch overall is less secure than the Wii U. I went to one in my garden.
But don't get me wrong. I know that. But me knowing that, I can see them not want to do anything else to make it even less secure than it already is.
People want them to be more like Sony, man.
Yeah, but I doubt that's the reason. I really doubt that's the reason. How they set the stuff out, I don't think so. I just think I can see the battery thing is basically understandable because people people want to game longer and everything. But the crisscrossing, no, because I could see them doing it in the future for the Switch Pro or whatever they're gonna do. I could see them doing that because it's just the convenience of having to be not that you could go and you could play the game like I said, like when I'm at the dealership, yeah, I gotta put headphones in because I don't want people to bother anybody when I'm in the dealership in the car when I'm waiting for my car to get fixed and stuff like that. And most people catch the bus or whatever, so it's just cool to pop your earbuds in whenever your beats or whatever and just go ahead with it. And also Nintendo always does a when they do the update, they always do a system check so they could knock out brick the stuff, which we already know they are bricks. They brick. Nintendo ain't above bricking consoles. Let's just be that.
And every time they do, you're gonna get 100 videos about it.
Well, you shouldn't be messing with the damn thing. It's just so weird. But I get, like I said. But anyway, point taken though. I mean, like I said, the stand thing, you bought a stand and fix the stand. I mean, the only problem I see is they need to get the Joy-Con drift under control, so you don't really have too much problems on it. Get that to work out. That's the biggest. That's basically Nintendo's biggest gripe right now on the Switch. Everything else, the games work. The game, good games. I still have not heard Nintendo games coming out super broken or nothing like that. So compared to like a big game like Cyberpunk 2017.
Don't you? You just had to bring that up.
Well, I only bring it up because in the Metroid thing, where people was talking about, oh, wait a minute. I gotta pay $60 for a 2D game. I'm like, yeah, but you gotta pay $70 for a broken piece of mess, though.
Yeah, it did.
What logic that make? I rather pay $60 on a good game that I know gonna work than a game that ain't gonna work.
I mean, but you gotta understand, it's AAA.
Triple A. I mean, triple ass. That's what it is.
Hey. Triple busted, eh?
Exactly. Got that situation set up for that. But yeah, come on, man. But you have that, and then also, as I said, gamers. Go ahead.
I understand that my mentality or my perception is not compatible with most people, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And I also understand that this it applies less to Nintendo than other game developers. If you feel $60 is too much for a simple 2D experience, no matter how iconic it may be,
don't buy it if you don't want to.
Either don't buy it or do like I do. Just wait for a sale, man. Because guess what?
It depends. You're right.
That's why I said for Nintendo is less applicable.
The most you're gonna get is it'll drop down by maybe $10, $50.
Yeah. This is what I said. I know, but my thing is, hey, look, I bought a few Nintendo games for $40 or $50 that are normally $60. My thing is, hey, if you don't feel it's worth the $60, I can promise you that within 6 months of the game releasing, it will be marked down $10 at least one time. At least once it will be marked down $10. For example, Fire Emblem Three Houses. That game was $60 and has been the entire time. When I bought it, it was after Black Friday. Best Buy had a sale when that game was $37. I bought it. $37, brand new, not used. It was a sale. I ain't seen that sale since, but $37 for Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now, I did not expect that, but it happened. And also, the other game I bought for $37 that same day. No, I'm sorry, I bought it for $2. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, an older Wii game that's been upscaled and stuff like that, and upgraded, but even still, an older game from past generations. They normally want $60 for it. I got it for just above $30. Brand new. I'm just saying, if you like gaming and you know you want something, just kind of watch the market, check retailers. Somebody always somewhere has a sale going on at least once a month. That's if you don't. If you really do feel something's not worth 60, ask yourself how much you're willing to pay for it, and then see if someone's gonna drop it. Now, if you talking about you ain't gonna buy Metroid Dread for no more than $20, I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But $40, $50 in 6 months, you can find it for 50.
But Doc, if you don't buy the game at launch, how are you gonna make videos at the same time as everybody else?
I mean, hey, look. There's pros and cons to everything in life. Guess what?
I know, right?
I choose to buy a game 6 to 12 months later on the next Black Friday when it goes on sale. I'm not the first one to get to it, but I save myself so much money in the process. So I can't play the game as soon as everybody else does. But then again, with the way my life is structured, I don't anyway, and I can't. It's not because I don't want to, but because, like Liger, I have a full suite of responsibilities. I have a house, I have a wife, I have full responsibilities, bills, everything. And not that I can't afford the game at launch, but I'm busy. And even I know with my huge 50 plus game backlog on both my Switch and Wii U, I'm not going to play this game right now. If I buy it for 6, it's going to sit for 12 months before I get to it. So why buy it right now anyway? Unless it's a rare game, like a collector's edition, special edition. Here's an example, people. I'm just now getting to play Paper Mario Color Splash on the Wii U. Wasn't that game 2015?
16, I think.
I'm just saying, I'm just now getting to play that. And I'm loving it.
Don't say it out loud, though.
This is a different platform, so it's not,
Yeah, but I love the game, but I'm just now having time to take time to play it. And it's only one game of the 50 plus on the Wii U I have. So I'm simply saying, why am I going to rush out there and spend $60 on Metroid Dread when I know I'm not going to play it probably for another 12 months or so? And that's if I play it then. I still got Xbox 360 games I ain't played yet. But that's my problem. I'm just saying. But just back to the original point. If you don't feel it's worth it, like I said, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Or in my case, buy it later on. Wait till Black Friday. Wait till the holidays. Almost everything goes on a price drop where they give you a gift card if you buy it. You buy this game for $60, we'll give you a $10 gift card. There you go, $50.
Mm-hmm.
But these people never really complain about when these broken games are full price, as you just said. So Cyberpunk, I had hopes about that game, but when it came out broken, I never reserved it, and I said I'm not going to buy it. Even if it's, I'm not going to buy the game. But you bought that game, $60, $70, complete mess. Okay, so do you feel that game was worth that price? I'm pretty sure you don't, but you're not going to say anything because the hype surrounding that and the amount of people that are just all about that game were hyped up for it, it will be stupid for you to come out and lash out about it now.
Mm-hmm.
You're well vested at this point.
Got you. Well, another thing before, but if we switch topics, but what I have to say something else well too, is hopefully, I'm hoping, and I do mean this, I'm hoping. Hey, I hope that the Mitsu. One thing I am looking forward to, like I've been playing. I got a game and I've been playing it, but there's one thing I've been looking forward to, and it didn't came out because it had problems. And it's not only on the Nintendo Switch; it's also PlayStation as well too, which is the DLC for Street of Rage 4. I was like, what's going on? And then I went to Demitsu and I saw that they have problems with everything. I'm like, dang, that sucks.
Oh, they having issues with the DLC?
Yeah, people can't really
install
it. Yeah.
You can't download it. It's PC. It's all three systems: PC, PlayStation, Switch, Xbox. Yeah. So it's not.
You do have a few people who did get it supposedly. I know Game Idea guy apparently did.
Oh, okay.
Lucky bastard. But I mean, but you know what? Although I was waiting for the DLC and I was, excited for it, I still had no plans of buying it day one. Not because I didn't trust it, but I just said, hey, I'm already busy. I've only played. I played the game because I own it. I beat it with you guys when we did the podcast last year, But outside of that, I hadn't played the game and beat it in my own home yet. So I said, well, I'm gonna wait to get the DLC. I gotta unlock shit first.
Well, I beat the game and all that stuff. So for me, it will be something to keep going.
Yeah, that's what I said. But that's what I said. For me, I want it. I'm excited for it, but I had no plans of getting it day one, week one, or even month one. I said because I know I'm not going to get to it anytime soon.
Got you.
Our backlog is literally going to take a lifetime, and that's if I divorce my wife and quit my job.
I got you. You're not gonna be that extreme, smart, but speaking of that stuff like that, we could go into a different topic here, which is basically now we have you wanted to talk about basically Doc watched the movie and he recommended it. Like I said, I'll watch
Black Widow.
No.
Thank God.
Stop. Just stop. Anyway, so he wanted to bring up a concept. So go ahead, Doc.
All right, so I won't mention the movie yet, but the movie did bring this concept to thought. So basically, we all know what racial profiling is, or just profiling, period. You see something that doesn't fit, you automatically assume that more than likely something's up or suspicious, right? We hear about it in movies all the time, or even in person in the news and stuff, where we typically hear, color cop saw different colored person in such and such neighborhood or at a such and such time that did not seem appropriate. Therefore, I'm going to pull this person over or I'm going to ask some questions. Okay, profiling. We all do it. We all do it. Some do it in a worse sense than others.
I know, because I was like, when people's like, oh, we don't. People don't like if you don't do it, then you are not. You're human. You're going to get human nature, and you will get yourself hurt. Seriously.
Exactly. So, and I'll provide an example of we all do it. So if you ever have, let's say you were speaking to someone and you told a joke that made everybody laugh that you told to before, and this person doesn't laugh, you're going to profile them like, oh, you must be one of them.
Yeah.
That's profiling. And it's not detrimental. It's not offensive, but you're going to profile because, hey, it's something that is unfamiliar to you or doesn't make sense. You had an expectation and it doesn't fit or it didn't go according to plan. That's profiling. No different than when I told someone about 6 years ago that I love Splatoon on the Wii U, the person said, oh, you must be gay. Because only a gay guy like that will play a kiddie game like that. I'm thinking, wait, what?
But the colors, the rainbows.
Exactly, because the game was colorful and not dull like Call of Duty and Halo, I must be gay because I like Splatoon. That's profiling in itself. That's an offensive profile. I wasn't offended, of course, but still, that was the intent behind it. So moving on, though, but we all do it. Most of us don't do it to a detrimental degree or for nefarious reasons. But I said, with all the profiles we hear about in the news, which are typical, white cop sees black guy in rich or prestigious neighborhood late at night, something crappy car, whatever, something must be going on. Something's not right. You must be up to no good. Well, I said, let's reverse that. Has there ever been an instance, I hadn't heard of one, where a black cop saw a white guy driving, let's say, a Rolls Royce in a horrible black neighborhood late at night or whatever, and pulled him over because he thought that, oh, he must be dropping out some keys of cocaine somewhere, or he must be a big drug time dealer, like not the small fries, but he must be the distributor. Has it ever happened before? Now, I know in movies, we've seen cops say, oh, that guy's in a Mercedes Maybach. He's probably the cartel leader, some stuff like that. Obvious. But I said, I wonder, has it happened? It ain't got to be black, white. It can be white, black, or whatever. Has it ever been an Hispanic cop that saw a black guy in his neighborhood driving a Mercedes AMG that costs 150 grand in a neighborhood he clearly doesn't live in or would never live in, and thought to himself, he has to be over here to drop off some serious weight. Let me pull him over and see what I can find.
Like I said before,
Now, I'm not saying it never happens. I'm saying, but honestly,
incident
what
wise,
if that was the
much.
case?
I got you.
It was just a random thought. I said, I wonder, has anyone ever been caught like that? A guy driving a nice, expensive car in a bad neighborhood gets pulled over, find out he got 10 keys of coke in the back, and he gets arrested. Find out he's one of the biggest distributors of drugs in, I don't know, the Southwest region or some crap. Or did that cop, because this guy had a good lawyer, did he lose his job or whatever the case may be? I just wonder if we always seem to do it one way, where it's white sees black or poor person seeing a rich neighborhood. Okay. The same can also be okay in reverse, but we just never hear about it. Rich guy in poor neighborhood. You're not here for charity.
True.
I don't see you cutting the ribbon. I don't see you passing out any gifts. What are you doing over here? If you live across town, you ain't got to pass through this place to get home. Now, if you were visiting someone over here, okay, potentially. But in the movie I saw, this guy was picking up his son who had spent the night at his friend's house who happened to live in a prestigious neighborhood. That's it. Complete compliance. Still something went wrong. And the cop even said, I saw that crappy car in that neighborhood, so I pulled him over. Now, logically, nothing's wrong with that. To me, it's not. It's nothing wrong with that. You can say, well, that is profile. I say, yes, it is. But then again, if let's say in my case, and I never told you this, but this did happen. I have personally been pulled over twice in my own neighborhood the first month I moved in. And the cop was very, very nice. He was very nice. Yeah, my car. He was very nice, very respectful. But the first time, it was, I think, around 8 o'clock at night. I was bringing some more stuff to my house. I had just got my keys to close on it. I passed by him. He drove by the cars to pull me over. He says, yeah, I couldn't see your tag lights. He then proceeded to ask me, hey, so do you live over here? I said, yes. Actually, I just closed on my house. Here's my little baggie with my address on it. He asked me for my address. I'm pretty sure he's familiar with the area and the streets. He gave me warning about my tag lights. I kept going. That's it. He even then proceeded to follow me to my house, not because he was suspicious, thought I was lying, but he actually forgot to give me my warning paper. He says, oh, I forgot to give you this. You drove off, but I actually forgot to give it to you. Cool, no problem. I didn't think anything bad about this guy or him following me to my house. Nothing. Because honestly, to me, he was telling the truth about everything. But that was it.
But again, and people go hear this and just let me get a little setup before you continue the story. And again, yeah, it could be that. It could be, I mean, what you just said could be plausible, and it could be plausible. He's just making sure that you're in line. I mean, nobody could mind read. Nobody could mind read. But the thing is, like I said, my thing is, and when we had a conversation with you and your wife, and we were talking about stuff back in last year, we were talking about this, again, yeah. If they were gonna do something, you try your best not to make it more worse than it needs to be.
Exactly. And my thing is, I was calm. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't pissed off. It was nothing like that, because I knew I did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
But I didn't know about the tag lights. But hey, if he saw him, he didn't give me a ticket. He says, this is just a warning, nothing like that. But in that moment, I appreciated him. I said, because I'm so glad you wanted to stop me over something this small, because that lets me know, if, I hate to say this, if Riff Raff tries to pass through my neighborhood being curious, you're probably going to catch them before they get a little too curious. And you have to admit, when you worked hard to earn something, your house or whatever, your car, I don't care what it is, you don't want to lose it because someone's trying to steal it from you or breaking your house, vandalize, whatever. So you know how they catch people? They have to at least be curious and feel that something doesn't fit. Now, they won't always be right, when they say, "Oh, you drive a Honda Civic." The typical car over here is a BMW. So that don't fit. Maybe I just like an economical car. Maybe this car was given to me by my late grandfather. Who knows? But at least I can appreciate the curiosity. They won't always get it right. But if there are bad people out there that intend on doing bad things, you do know bad people don't wave guns when they're looking for bad shit to do.
Yep.
They don't wave guns. They don't broadcast it. They don't put a robbery sign on the back of their car saying this is what they're about to do. They don't do that. They actually try to blend in. So when he stopped me, I didn't feel any kind of way. And then it happened again. I think like maybe 2 weeks later, I was coming in or whatever. And it was actually a different cop. I was coming to a different neighborhood. I had a loaner car for my dealership, but the temporary tag on the loaner car was out. Lucky for me, I left also the loaner car number in the windshield that they have on the car. Well, he said, "Yeah, your tags are out." I said, "Well, honestly, this is my loaner car. My real car is in the shop. The license plate number is blah, 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 blah. You can see on the window, this is a loaner car with the tag on it." Yeah, he pulled me over. This was a white cop. I didn't feel threatened. He asked my license. I gave it to him. He gave it back. No warning, no nothing. He just said, "Goes back to the dealership and have them updated." That's it. That's all it was. Mm-hmm. I didn't assume that, he put me over because I'm black rolling through a nice. It wasn't anything like that. He had realistic reason to do it. I'm not saying there aren't any bad people out there. I'm not saying that. I know some really do look for any reason to pull somebody over for driving while black or looking like a cartel member or something. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
There are some. But we shouldn't always assume that's the case.
You know what? I forgot the name of the. Basically, okay, there is an instance that I remember that happened. But again, you said a white cop and a white person in a BMW and all that stuff like that. And again, to what you're saying, yes, I have heard about it. So, and I also heard a person who got convicted of that. So I remember now that you said that, but again, it's not widespread. So I agree with what you were saying, your premise of what you stated. I just remember that too because it happened in Louisiana, in New Orleans.
And that's just my thing. So when I thought about that, I said, I know it's probably happened before, and it never made it to the news, and maybe I never read about it. It happened in my area. I said, but we hear so much about, and let's be honest here.
Let's be the national news. You hear it, the local news, yeah.
In the national, you always hear about white cop pulled over black guy because he was black, or because he was black in this area, or because he's black in this area at this time. Mm-hmm. Driving this type of car. Just like I've heard stories about white cop putting over black guy because he's in a nice car. But I don't think it's always white onto black. It can also be black onto white. But my thing is, the race doesn't matter to me. But I say, well, let's just reverse not the race. Let's reverse the circumstances.
The situation, yeah.
Yeah. So
before you do, can I mention something? At my job site, there was a black man who kidnapped a teenage girl and was all caught on camera. Moving on.
Which is crazy. Yeah. Where you work at is all crazy enough. Again, I'm hoping your eye is good, right?
Yeah, but my pride still hurts.
Well, I mean, I understand that. I get that. I'm just making sure you're physically, nothing happened to your eye and everything. But go ahead, Doc. Sorry.
Yeah, but I just said, let's reverse the circumstances. Mm-hmm. Let's say rich guy driving through poor neighborhood in very, very nice car that belongs in Beverly Hills probably, but he's in one of the poorest, roughest parts of the city. God knows why he's over there. And let's say it's late at night. Let's say 1 o'clock in the morning. Sir, you're wearing a 3-piece, $4,000 suit. You're in a $100,000 car. What the hell you doing over here at this time of night? You got to know it ain't safe. You got to know that anyone over here will kill you for less, will kill you for your socks. Anyone over here, even a teenager, will hold you at gunpoint to take what you got. And you're not exactly trying to hide it. Why are you here?
No, remember Dave Chappelle, the freaking baby gonna hold you down.
Exactly. But I said, now, If that was to happen, I wonder how people will react. Would all the rich people come out the woodwork and say, "Oh, he profiled you"? Or would this guy, let his lawyer do all the work, get a cop fired, or whatever case may be? But to say, I want to know what the reverse circumstances would look like. Because we always hear about the typical, this poor looking person in a prestigious neighborhood. They shouldn't be over here, at least not at this time of night. They shouldn't be over here, period. Okay. Rich person in in Skid Row. Let's talk about that. Rich person in Skid Row. Let me know why you're there, sir. Now, I have reason
to strange on the street.
That's another way too.
Yeah, you're right. But even still, in most places, even picking up somebody to have a good time with, that's illegal. But what you doing over here? But I wonder, I'm pretty sure that happens a lot less. But I haven't really heard anyone really tackle that aspect of it, that angle. Let's reverse it. And take the race out of it. I don't care if the person is Indian. Take the race out of it. Reverse the life circumstances, the classification. Rich person driving through poor neighborhood in very, very nice car. A neighborhood known for drugs and prostitution or whatever else you want to throw out there. What will happen? Does he get pulled over? Probably not.
Nah, I know what you're saying.
I just thought that would be an interesting concept. And I hope one day somebody explores it, whether it be a debate or it can be a movie, whatever. Now, the movie I watched that gave me this concept didn't explore this aspect I'm bringing to you, this side, but it was still the same situation. It was a situation of profiling. And the movie I watched, it's pretty recent, but I think it was a great movie because it did tackle all sides of both the law side, pedestrian side, and the victim side. It was American Skin. And I would tell anyone, seriously, just watch it. Emotional movie, but I can tell you, it's probably one of the most fairest movies I've seen. It's not pro-black, pro-cop, or pro-white, none of that. It's fair on all sides. All sides. Probably one of the most fairest court trials I've ever seen because it wasn't really a court trial. It was just one that was manufactured. But I would tell anyone, if you can, watch it. And all the points made on the policeman side, on the victim side, and even on the third person perspective, those outside looking in, they're all valid points, more or less. They all are.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at the cop when I saw it. And yet the person who lost his son, his child, through this altercation, guess what? Although very upset and very hurt, he still went out his way to be fair and impartial. He didn't let emotion control his actions in the trial itself. He didn't. But it was great. But as I said, that's what gave me the concept of it because that was kind of like the root of the issue in that movie. But I like to see it explored. I'm pretty sure it probably won't. No one wants to hear the other side.
I got you. I want to talk. I see what you're saying, and here's the thing though. There are situations where, again, it's a narrative the mainstream media, the national news use. That's what it is, because there are white kids who was innocent who got killed by cops. Some of them were Hispanic, some of them were black, but that don't fit the narrative, so we gotta flip it to another thing, which is crazy. Because it's funny now. I just want I doing more research after I did my project over my video last night about the Cubans and what's going on over there. Funny how again, Kamala Harris, Biden, most of the Democrats, whatever they were saying, the Mexicans, and people from Central America that come to America, they can seek asylum, whatever. You know they're turning down the asylum for most Cubans. And I only the reason I only guess
Not
that
surprising.
the only reason I guess that because they know what they lived under, and they're like, we don't want this in this new country. That's the I was surprised. I was like, wait a minute, you guys love to give asylum to other countries. Why are you not giving asylum to Cuba right now? There's people protesting and they're going all crazy, and it's kind of messed up that video I saw where the guy got pulled out of his house and got shot just because he was in a protest. He didn't do nothing. He didn't kill nobody or nothing. But y'all don't understand dictatorship. People are like, oh, it's no. And I like how the president's like, well, we need to rise up and fight. You guys need to fight back to understand your country. I'm like, so let me get this straight. You get other people to fight your crime for you. Boy, you got like dictatorships. People are, that's why I said I always the point about evil, and also why I said about the whole people stupid, individual smart. Because people are easily led. They just are. When I see people shouting out, "Oh, we don't want capitalism to come to this country," and communism has worked well, how? Look around you. I don't think it worked that well, sir. Seriously, try something new. 60 years on a Castro and this new president, everything has not give you great look around. I mean, I'm looking at the video. I'm seeing buildings torn out, whatever. And I like how BBC, that's why I had a contest BBC with that crap. We're talking about, oh, these are happening because under the embargoes that Trump had put up. Obama put up, relaxed it, Clinton put them up. They were still fighting. This thing happened for 60 years. So don't come with that nonsense. It was a dictatorship all the time, just like Maduro in Venezuela. So don't play that. But and it's sad, and then a part of that video too that was sad. I showed a video of South Africa. Dang it, I feel that's horrible.
Oh, it is.
I know that was going to happen, but man, to see that video of those people, that literally looked like it was out of the movies. It literally looked like it was out of The Day After Tomorrow and stuff like that, out in the movies. They're destroying everything. And how would you guys survive? Again, you don't have sewer plants, you don't have electricity, you don't have good water. None of y'all want to work. You're destroying everything. Dang. Y'all like, oh yeah, it's bad because the last president has to go to jail for corruption charges. He was corrupt. And he was taking people's again, and then he was being racist. Sorry, but the black man was being racist because most of those he was basically going around beating and killing the white farmers in South Africa and taking their farm from them. That's not, you ain't supposed to do that at all. That's just bad. But to see those videos of those people just going and just raiding everything, I'm like, you're stealing a refrigerator. You have no power. Why and that proves my point. People are stupid because again, it's just like when Katrina happened, and I saw people. You guys, you were in 8 feet of water. You stealing TV. You have no power. So why are you stealing a big screen TV? And God forbid you get wet. What you're gonna do? It's gonna basically be a hold on a minute.
Well, they can sell it afterwards.
For what?
It can be extra money, reparations, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I know people. I agree with you saying though. People don't think before they do, and they don't realize. Like you said, if you're in 8 feet of water, why are you stealing a television? That means you have no power, no matter where you go. And even if you could go somewhere nearby that has power, are you really concerned about hooking up a TV and watching television at that point?
People are weird people. Because in the video I showed last night, I show people moving Chester refrigerator and then deep freezers and everything. I'm like, you have no power. And then they're like, I mean, seriously, I don't know if you've seen it, Doc. I can send you a link, but it looked like those kind of horror movies because on the highways, cars are crashed together and everything. And people are walking around the cars and it's because they can't go nowhere. I'm like, this is South Africa? Oh my goodness. I know it's gonna be bad, but I didn't really think it would be this bad. I could predict some stuff, but sometimes some stuff does wow me, and that did wow me when I saw that video. I was like, "Holy smoke, that is ridiculous!"
Oh, it can only get worse.
Oh, it's gonna get worse because again, without nobody working, fixing, doing anything else, it's gonna be in a perpetual anarchy.
You mean like what they're trying to instigate here?
Well,
and they're almost everywhere, actually.
I know. Well, again, I remember the rich people sit back. The problem is, though, some of the rich people in South Africa, like I said, the president, at least he got locked up, so they're not above getting into some situations. Again, sadly enough, what happened to the president of Haiti? He got assassinated. So hell.
Clinton. Crap, now I'm gonna die.
There's craziness all over the place, man.
You gotta wonder, is it by chance or is it planned to an extent?
I don't know. I can't say nothing, but I do know it's weird now that I said I'm more than now happy that I move out of the cities. I'm not. Nope.
I'm the same way, man. I'm the same damn way. Believe me, I understand.
You got lucky. There's not enough for me to leave the city. I gotta leave the whole damn state I'm in.
Well, yes, yours is a state. But nah, I had to leave.
But now they put travel bans on certain states that are not.
No, that's for government. That's for government. That's not for you. That's government. They can't stop citizens. That's for they don't want officials to go to those states to do California official businesses, which is stupid. It's 17 states. What else? Who else are gonna do? And the other states that you do business to, they also got their own problems, the same problems you have. So it's kind of stupid.
By the way, Lager, can you confirm this for me? Are they really now starting the door-to-door vaccination things in your state?
No, they're not. The true story behind that is they're not going door-to-door to give you vaccination. They're going door-to-door to remind you to get vaccinated. They ain't going to jab you. So the right overinflated too much, and the left is crazy enough to go to the door. But they're gonna do it and tell you, hey, whatever.
Soon as you open the door, hey Anderson, stick.
Yeah, but they ain't doing that per se. But my point, but they are trying to get this whole vaccinated passport. They're trying to get that set up.
Good.
I'm like, no. And right now, they're doing that 1 and 2. They're also trying to do the Biden administration came out and said that they're gonna do they're trying to get Facebook to censor, of course. Which I'm on. There's one of the platforms this show is on right now, and they're also asking your phone provider to censor your text messages. I'm like, wow, a little overpowering, ain't you, little sir? So
and just what's going on with the audit?
Censor your text messages. No. That part is getting a little too much now. That literally is overreaching. That is literally overreaching.
They ain't gonna stop. But a lot of people are okay with it for some reason.
Well, some people are okay because they came out with I just watched 2 studies that just got done, and basically, like I said, personally, 90% of people don't want a censorship, but it's basically as right now, 75 don't want censorship, and 25 is due. So the minority is. But again, remember, just like I said with the whole trans and the LGBT, the alphabet community, they have better PRs because they basically have the bigger microphone. They're the smallest population, but they have the biggest microphone. Because I just watched a video. Again, what sense does this make in any timeline world? So a trans woman, a man turned into a woman, and a trans man that turns a woman turned into a man. They had a kid by the trans man, and a trans woman who was the man trying to breastfeed the child, which they can't. What the frig? You people are nuts. Okay, nuts.
I would have to agree. And here's something else. People may not believe this, but one of my favorite shows that used to watch. Of course, it after a while it ended, but it was called the L Word, the original L Word. Now that was actually a show that did focus on all the issues that they encounter. And I would have to say it was actually a very, very good show. I didn't watch it just for the nudity, people. I wasn't one of those.
I don't even know what the hell that is, but go ahead.
Yeah, but it was a really, really, really good show. I mean, the original, not that remake they did. So one of the cases, one of the characters was a woman that wanted to be a man. Cool character. So she was going through, the changes, taking testosterone, stuff like that, whatever, dressing like a man and such. Well, her character meets a gay guy, of course. And of course they have sex or whatever, this and that. Well, after a while, the woman gets pregnant. Now, first, she is doing the guy, and I guess after a while in a relationship, the guy starts doing her. The gay guy is having vaginal sex with the woman that wants to be a man. And the character gets pregnant. Now, I'm thinking, that to me, that was, even in that moment years ago, I thought to myself, that is the most confusing thing that you could do. I said, you're a woman that wants to be a man. You are an established gay man having vaginal sex with a woman. You do have a choice of which hole you want to go for, and you're going for the one you don't want. And you get her pregnant. I said, what kind of sense does that make? And I said to myself, that's confusing. I said, that is very confusing. I don't even understand how that thought crossed his mind. As I said, nothing against them whatsoever. I just said, wow, I said that right there. I said, that is twisted. I said, it's like you went around the world twice to do what you could have did without moving. So if you want to have sex with a woman, just have sex with a woman. If you want to have sex with a guy, then just have sex with a guy. Both sides, right? A gay guy has vaginal sex with a woman and gets her pregnant. That makes no sense to me. And no, he was not bi, he was gay.
Now, technically he wasn't, because he still did that.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. But when I saw that, I said, man, that has to be very confusing. To me, it just makes you think you could have just nipped all this in the bud by you stay a woman and you just stay gay, and there wouldn't be any complications. But to me, all they're doing today, and this is a shot, or I'm not talking about their community, but they're just confusing the simplest things. And when I say they, I'm talking about the people that say, oh, I'm not man or woman, I'm paying this, I'm by that. You're confusing the simplest of shit.
That's the idea.
Like, you either like women, you like men, you like both, you like animals. I don't care. Trust me when I say I don't care what you like to do in your free time. I don't care if you like licking pine sol off the floor. I don't care. I really don't care. I've seen episodes of Jerry Springer 20 years ago. I don't care. I don't care what you like to do. But stop talking about it. Stop trying to show everybody that you're an exception to the rule.
Well, you are not an exception to the rule, one. And two, it's funny again. Like you stated, like what you do in your home, as long as you ain't hurt nobody. No, like you said, I don't care. But here, the funny part about it is, because people, there was this story like, oh man, a lot of transgender get killed and stuff, and they should not. But again, like that story I did a couple weeks ago, with that Virginia Tech guy who's gonna be football, whatever. Again, he should have never killed that person, but that person lied to him, and when he found out, you gotta be careful because people will snap. It's so funny. You will be out and proud saying this to all these people. I am gonna do a video. I am gonna do a straight no chases because again, by anybody, by the leftists is not knowledge that how crazy things are. Two things. Let me help you out there. Hey Olympics, I got something for y'all. I got a question. Let me get it straight. Now I get it. weed is not performance enhancing drug, but you don't want to do whatever. That's okay, cool, whatever. But let me get it straight. That I forgot the name of the black runner who he had to back out because of whatever, because you found out with weed. You banned her because she did weed, but you won't ban.
Sha'Carri Richardson, I think.
Yeah, but you won't ban the New Zealand transgender man who's trying to be in powerlifting. You tell me how that makes sense.
Well, no. Let me tell you how it makes sense. Now, I know what you're saying. It does not make sense. It's not fair. But Dave Chappelle spelled this out, and I realized this even before he spelled it out. These people, they're almost untouchable because no one wants to upset them and cause this big rip. Just like, for example, whenever there is a white cop that shoots a black person for whatever reason after profiling, and what's the one thing they don't want? They don't want people to fucking riot. They don't want them to riot and go crazy. No one wants to touch them because they know what happened. They may be the smallest group, but they are indeed the loudest. They get shows canceled. They get people's careers
cowards, to say the least. They're cowards, but go ahead.
Yeah. But they have the loudest voice, and guess what? Corporations pander to them. They really do, because they see it as, oh, these people are powerful, small but powerful. If I had to just sum it all up, they can do what no one else has been able to do. This small group of people can move mountains because they're so vocal. And let's be honest, for the most part, they stick together better than most other groups.
Not really, but because of what they got back, who they got backing them back, got them back.
I mean, I know that. I'm saying, but if you think about just overall, they do better than most other groups out there. They really do in terms of trying to drive a point home and stick to something.
I'm saying, okay, true to a fact. The point I'm saying this for is because because they know they have a bull pit. They have the backing of media, movies, music, everything. They have that loud bullhorn. Yes, but as soon as you step out of the line, you are strict for about 10. They push you aside, even though you could be 10 times whatever it is. Then you could be the most genuine, and the most gay, homosexual, homeless person. But if you don't believe in what they think, you are out of the party.
Oh yeah, I know that's
the right kind of gay or trans or whatever.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that. Sometime that happened last year, or whatever. But I'm just simply saying that's why it makes sense. Nobody, no group, no authority wants to control it. To me, that's exactly why Juicy Smoulier got away with it.
Well, not really. He's in court again. He's back in court.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the fact that they had hard evidence, knew that he lied. You can't. Everything lined up that this was all a farce, and he still at that time, walked away scot-free.
Well, again, yes, because don't forget he has he had some help, but now that help ain't around, that's they're making it worse now.
I know, but I'm just saying, before a typical person like you, if you would have did what he did and they had the evidence against you, you would have been convicted then. You wouldn't have had to appear in court a second time. You would have been thrown in jail then. Yeah. They would have to come back and try to put some more stuff on you or whatever. You would have got the jailhouse then.
No, yeah.
But if you see these people, like they most of these authority groups, government, whatever, they don't want to make a ruckus with these people. That's why they kind of let them do what they want to do and leave them be. In more case, not all, but more times than not, or with any other individual or regular individual, they don't mess with them. They don't bother them. How is it that a joke that was made 25, 30 years ago, now the person's being punished for it? Are you serious? Something you yourself probably laughed at 25, 30 years ago, now you're offended.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, it's just ridiculous in that regard of in that like because remember more you ain't supposed to take crazy amount of testosterone, you ain't supposed to be doping and everything, but that's you're changing your DNA, that's really what it is. And it's kind of funny that they let that go with this New Zealand power lifter. And it's not even a sport where it make a difference if you're male or woman. It's not like curling.
But you know what though?
It's powerlifting.
My wife made a comical point, and it crossed my mind, but I didn't bring it up until she did. She said the funny thing is they got her for weed, right? She said if she's the fastest woman in the world after smoking weed, she's probably much faster without it. Let's say because that actually slows you down, it brings you down. So can you imagine how much what kind of record she would have set if she had not have smoked any?
Got you.
So basically, she was handicapped and still won. I'm pretty sure weed is designed, unless you got some special kind, weed is designed to mellow you out, bring you down, not raise you up. It doesn't pump you up. And she still killed it. So I'm thinking, wow, if she still whooped the hell out of y'all, and she was smoking a little something, you don't want to see her without that.
Might depend on the tolerance. Might have just been like 1 or 2 puffs. Wasn't really chewed down, just a little buzz.
Even still, it's a disadvantage to her overall in terms of what weed is designed to do.
Well, again, it is because you're saying she because anxiety and she was doing because her mom passed away, and I could get that. So it's just that was I still don't. Again, as Robert Williams said, weed is not a perform enhancing drug unless you put a sticker at the end of the line. That's what it is, and he's so correct. He's so correct.
Yeah, but I think it was. Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, yeah, I do agree with you. And which y'all have let go before, and you would get somebody with that. But to me, that's no different than how, for example, you threw a man in jail for 2-3 years for fighting dogs, yet you couldn't convict somebody that murdered their own child.
Yep.
So that person walks away, but a man that was fighting dogs on his own damn property, mind you, 2-3 years in jail. Damn. So the dog got justice, but that child didn't.
Well, it's not even that because again, look what happened to sad as it is. Excuse me. I mean, there's children who get again. Go Chicago.
I will not.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, Chirac, all them kids getting killed and all that stuff, which is very bad and horrible. And the messed up part about that stuff that killed me. So some people call it Mayor Splinter, some people call it Beetlejuice, Lori Lightfoot. Who again, can somebody explain the hypocrisy that makes no sense? Dude, I'll be like Chris Tucker. Do you understand the words that's coming out of your mouth? Because they don't. So let me get this straight, woman. They say I've said it multiple times, but I say she was like, "Oh, they're only coming after me, and it's because white people are the devil and white people are racist and all that stuff." But you're married to a white woman. What? How can you say that?
Yeah, with your lips.
Well, true.
I know what to say.
The craziness of these people. But let me get it straight. When the last president was in and he said, "Hey, I'm going to send National Guards to help you with your case," he said, "No, we don't want your help." Oh, okay. Now we got a new president in. You say, "Hey, President Biden, come and help us." Now you want to help. Okay. Biden went to Chicago. Did he went to Chicago where it's really dangerous? Nope. He went to the upper side where, the rich people are. Again, I was laughing about it. I was like, the rich people should pay the fair share. You just got a tax. You just found you just found a tax break so you don't have to pay $500,000, dude. and also $13 million in the last couple of years, you found a way to get tax rich. That's why I was kidding when people are like, oh, they're gonna pay their taxes, we're gonna raise the taxes, they're gonna pay their share. You're telling me the government, you're telling me these politicians are gonna tax themselves? Please. They're not. Who do these people again? They're basically useful idiots because another video show last night where in Oakland City in California, where the police chief and everybody's getting this said the black folks are marching. We and a couple of minority funny. The minorities are marching. We need more cops.
Let me make a distinction. We need local cops, not government cops. So they're trying to push this
federal cop thing. Yeah, I see that. I saw that too. But yeah, but we need more cops, whatever. And I've shown. Like I said last night, and I've not only shown it once, not twice, not 3 times. I showed it multiple times, like more than maybe 10 times. Who's protesting against those people because their grandkids, their children got shot? Who protested to say F the cops are FK? All those people that are wearing a mask, white kids. White kids.
You know, I was just gonna say, what all that stuff you heard about that they're saying get rid of the cops or whatever. I said, wait, so now y'all want them back?
Well, these are the people who live in the cities. That's the problem. It's the same thing with Baltimore. The people who live in Baltimore, like I said, there's a reason why I say I don't speak for black people and black people don't speak for me. That's why. The people who are up or whatever, because remember when Freddie Gray got killed, they were like, oh, it's a racist thing. Most of the cops was black, the police chief was black, the mayor was black, the president was black, the governor was black. So how is it a racist thing? So they're the ones who say, yeah, we get away from blah, 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 blah. And then after that, what happened? Just like in Chicago, when Chicago was already bad, but it's getting worse. Just like in New York, just like in LA, just like in Washington, just like in Atlanta. What happened? Crime went up. Crime has gone up. And in LA, it's even worse because, again, if you do any crime that's less than $900 worth of damage, they let you go. So people are just walking into stores, picking up $500 worth of, and like literally 17 Walgreens had to shut down in San Francisco. 17.
Oh yeah, I read about that recently. They say, yeah, it's been like a local crime spree of small stores and stuff. I said, wait, how the hell is it a crime spree? I hadn't heard that word crime spree in quite some time.
Well, because of that. Even the video he showed, the Walgreens had a security guard, but they said, hey, don't interfere. This guy was packing up stuff. He rode in with his bike and he took off. And then this guy was recording, and then they beat him up because he was recording. They're like, they don't care, and that's what I said. And these are the same dumbasses who be like, oh, they don't want to build stuff in our neighborhood. I wouldn't want to build shit in your neighborhood. The frick is wrong with you? You stealing shit, son? And then the dumb part about it is you steal stuff. That means there's no jobs. Then you live in a. That's people. There's a lot of people I listen to. And a lot of black Republicans be saying, oh, there's no such thing as systemic racism. And I understand where they're coming from in that regard, but it is, which is this. When you have childbirth without the father in it, that's systemic racism because you choose that it will be on welfare. When you're doing this right here, destroying your own neighborhood, killing your own people, it's not the government doing it, that's you doing it to yourself. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, there's a video I want to respond to. It's like, oh, there's food deserts. Again, when you're stealing the food from the place, from the supermarkets and stuff, why would they do that? The best example I have, which I played a video early on last year when this whole pandemic thing started and going crazy. A black doctor in a neighborhood in Brooklyn, they didn't have a CVS, Walgreens. They didn't want to, and they were like, oh, they don't want to come in our neighborhood. So you know what a black doctor did? He opened his own pharmacy to help the elderly black people and help a lot of people, which he did. I think this obviously were like maybe 10 years old. It wasn't that old like that. Well, you know what? They went in there and destroyed the pharmacy. And all the people, when you look at the video camera, it wasn't white people in those videos. It was all niggly bears. It was all black people. And they did so much damage and stole so much stuff, which is because you sell drugs to get high and all kind of crazy stuff that these people doing. He closed down his store. He couldn't open it back up because that was millions of dollars he lost. So now not only that people in the black community lost a nice house. I mean, not lost a pharmacy that could give them their drugs, and then they gotta go blocks and blocks to get stuff. Now they lost that. See how crazy that is. That's the systemic racism. That's what you guys do to yourselves.
Yeah,
and they never take responsibility.
And you know what the movie that I told you about?
Yeah.
That was mentioned by one of the police officers. When the guy he says, so why do you do this? Why is it always you guys do this to us or whatever? He literally said, because you guys make it so hard. He says, with all the damage you do to yourself and your own neighborhoods, he says, how can it be easy for us when you already do it to yourself? And I said, you can't even argue that point, because he is completely 100% correct. Because I feel the same way. Why should I support your ass anyway, when all you do is kill and hurt and steal from one another? Why? I'm not even mad at when someone doesn't bring a nice restaurant to your neighborhood. Why? Because in 2 years it's gonna be run down, if not before then.
Well, hell, look at the restaurant. Look at the restaurant thing that happened in your in your state, when the black guy said, "I'm making this restaurant, whatever," and they're twerking on the table and stuff, and it was
I remember that.
A nice sit down restaurant so you can eat food, and he said, "I made it for my folks. I spent millions of dollars. If you guys keep on doing this," and he, like I said, he asked the ladies 3 times. Ain't like he just went up there and did it and just said, "No." He asked them, "Hey, can you not do this?" They didn't care. They didn't care.
I remember that.
No,
I remember that. I said, "Wow, that right there."
So it's just so that situation is not good.
No, man, it isn't.
But
when I saw that, I said, as you said, he did ask nicely multiple times, and he wasn't saying he's going to kick you out. He just said, "Could you stop doing that? That's not what my restaurant is for." That's a very simple and well thought out request that was not in any way offensive. But you want to do what you want to do, and so there you have it.
No, I got you. That's a part of it.
Well, you know what? You can blame Carmel Kitten for all that.
Oh, I caught you on that. I know that one.
Twerking for a cause.
Yep, I know who Caramel Kitten is. And I remember when I heard that interview, and I was like, yeah, that's bull. You lying. You lying. When she's like, "I didn't do this for blah blah blah." Okay, you say so. I said, if that's the case, I said, okay, I got you. That's cool. That's cool that you say that. But I know that was not the case. I just know that.
That's just sad, man. But you're definitely right, though. I'm just gonna sum it up. It's bad out there, people. It's been bad for quite some time, but now it's really bad right now. Yeah, even I can't remember the last time that the politics themselves were so blatantly effed up that even your everyday non-political people are starting to see cracks in it.
Well, I get what you're saying, but the problem is this, though. Politics is downstream from culture, and what's happening in the politics is affecting the culture.
Cool.
Because again, remember, Biden's. I just get this is the beast. I'm not saying, but this is just a blatant effect. Like I said, there's the same people said, "Women, we powerful women. We want to do this for women." Blah blah blah. But then you let transgender men become. I mean, women, I should say. they could go ahead and compete against women in taking away scholarships, taking away records, like stuff like that. Like that changes the culture. That's the difference. That's what the politics is affecting the culture. That's why I said that is how it is. So yeah. And goes to like you just said right there. If we talk about something, we could talk about something else. But if we say something, they want to censor you or can't stop you from doing that. You say, okay, a man's a man, a woman. Look, you want to change yourself. You want to be an imposter man and an imposter woman. Go right ahead. You're not gonna be a real woman. You ain't gonna never be a real man. It's impossible. Let's not pretend that. But if you want to go ahead and wear a cape and pretend you're Superman, go right ahead. You want to jump off the building? That's on you. Not gonna say anything, to that regard. But yeah, it's all craziness now. It is all craziness.
Just don't fall into the craziness best you can.
Yep. Well, if y'all thought 2020 was bad, 2021.
Oh, it's bad for. Like I said, last year wasn't bad for me, but 2021 has been not bad per se. But I never spent so much money in my life, though.
In other words, you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not, dude. I've spent more money this year than I spent in like a couple years combined. Just ridiculous. And I'm talking about like not. Of course, I spent a lot of money to get my house and everything and all that stuff, but they're like to take care of family, do stuff, dental, medical, all kind of stuff, cars. Just holy crap, just coming all in one shot. Just ridiculous. So, it's just what it's just a situation of setting up like that. So it is how that works. But my best answer to a lot of you people is to always, as usual, like I always say, take take care of yourself, then your family, then your neighbors, then your community, then anybody else. Because again, you can control yourself. That's the best thing you could do.
And not just physically either, but on every level, because they're attacking you on every level, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
And that's why, like Liger, when I moved, I had plenty of choice. I said, nope, I'm leaving the city. I want to be on the outskirts. I don't want to be in the scuffle. I don't.
You don't want to be at the epicenter of the disasters?
No, I really don't. I'm not too far where I'm an hour away from anything, but I'm far enough where I don't see many outsiders, let's just say that are not from my neighborhood. Almost every car that's driving alongside me on the highway, when they take my exit, I know that 9 out of 10 of them are going to turn the same direction I'm turning because they're going to their house in their neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You're not stopping by to see what's around. You're not just cruising the streets to get into something. No, you're going home. Super quiet. Not a slab in sight. And by slab, I mean some ghetto-looking car with 25-inch rims and only worth $200.
Yep. I get you on that.
Well, if you want to make lighter topic, but before we go out, we still got to talk about the Steam Deck.
Yeah, that mess. Look, well, I'll say this
again. We already brought it up.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, I have no problem against the Steam Deck. It happens, whatever. I have a powerful computer. I could play games if I want to play games. I just know the battery life for that going to be very rough. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be rough because how those game programs work. So it's just weird how all that's going to be.
The next one,
and none of the games are physical. So basically, these PC games, these bloated download requirements, yeah. So, and people saying, "Oh, it's on the 399." I say, "Yeah, you missing the key word, starting. And starting, you get 64 gigs. How many of your AAA titles can you get on 64 gigs?" I'll wait.
One.
One.
Yeah.
I say if they're AAA titles, but they were either well optimized or not too big, possibly two. Possibly two. You get one. If you get the biggest one, that costs what, $600 for 512 gigabytes? Look at the PS4 and Xbox One people. How
Oh
many
wow.
games did they have on their hard drives before they filled up? No more than about a good 8 to 10. And even now, if you take the most recent Call of Duty to play on that thing on the go, it's great you can play on the go. That's awesome. But it's over 100 gigabytes. How long would it take you to download that on your Steam Deck before you can play it? And how much battery power is it going to eat up, being that it is a PC? And is that thing running on the PC high settings or the low settings? Because the only thing that changes really is the memory.
Yeah. Yep. Just to keep it a shout out because this just passed came out right there. RIP to, I mean, also a lot of people who I know is starting to
Pass away.
Pass away. So shout, Bismarcky, RIP to you, my friend. Because like I said, I use one of your songs in one of my favorite in my instant classic album. Just like got a lot of friends. My zone is like my song is called the Friend Zone, but he got a friend, his song was a famous. So yep.
Died from diabetes, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's what they're saying right now. I'm looking at it.
Doc, I would have shared the story, but obviously I couldn't. I already pissed that guy off enough. What a big baby.
Yeah. See, you worry too much. Stop caring about what people are going to think or say.
I know, right? To that degree, just have tact. That's all I say. You could do that, but still have tact. But,
yeah, exactly. But the thing is, some people just assume stuff just because that's what they think and don't care about logic or being objective. But we can move on from that.
Yeah, but going back to what you're saying to the game, like I said, to the game, it was it is like I said, is it Steam already had it? Oh yeah, Steam already had their own not only what they had.
Steam box.
The Steam box. That did not work out pretty well, did it?
Let's be honest here. People need to give credit where credit's due. And here's the direction I'm going with this. Look at this Steam Deck and what it's trying to be. PC gaming on the go. The same way the Switch is console gaming on the go. People give credit to Nintendo for making these leaders into these supposed leaders of the industry into followers. Because PC didn't do this first, Nintendo did it, and they did it right. They did it successfully.
I'll go with that second part you just said. There have been people who did it and they did it before Nintendo, but the just problem is their execution was just good. That's all it is. And they have the one thing that and we all know, they have something that everybody needs. They have the killer software. They have the reason why you buy the system.
And I've seen more than a few Twitter comments. Yeah, it's just a Switch, but it's more powerful where we want it. And I want to say so bad. I didn't say anything. I said, what about the games? It's still just your whole Steam library. Okay, fine. So what you gonna play on this thing? Be honest with me, because you guys brag so much about the 4K monitors and stuff like that. Do you really care about what's that screen? 1080p? Do you really care? Because plenty of y'all say I don't play my Switch portably because it's just 720p. I want 1080p. So okay, you bastards talking about you want upscaling in 2K and 4K. Are you really gonna play this thing portably? I'm thinking you probably not.
Doc, I know a guy who came from the future and became Juice in association with the Game Idea guy who said exactly what you said.
No one's gonna. They're bragging about shit they don't even want. That's just so sad. You guys don't want this. You want the, and what you want to do, all you want to do is just emulate Nintendo games on it. That's all you're gonna try to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. No, you're not gonna emulate God of War. You're not gonna emulate Recore or some shit. You're gonna emulate Nintendo games on here. Stop lying to yourselves.
The
And
PC Master.
Like the Steam box, you're gonna buy. You get some of you guys are gonna buy it, thinking that oh yeah, this is a Switch killer. Like the PSP was a DS killer, like the Vita was a 3DS killer. And you know where y'all are? The graveyard.
Mm.
Wonder Swan, Sega Nomad, all of them tried. I'm not saying it's impossible, but like I said, you're lacking the one. There's two things you're really lacking to really make you a true competitor. One, your execution. Two, your software. And if your software library is mostly dependent on third party, you've already lost. Because once third party jump ship, like Stadia, you're not competitive.
Plus, you got mobile games. They're essentially ports of some big games.
Yeah, and guess what? They're on something that people already own. The cell phones in their pockets, like Fortnite.
I remember people hyping up the Steam box, and this was going to be the revolution or the renaissance of PC gaming. That didn't happen. People saying we're currently in a renaissance of PC gaming. I don't see it. I just see everything kind of in a weird place right now.
Exactly.
Due to what's going on in gaming and what's going on in the real world. Like, I wouldn't say some parts of it are in stagnation. Other parts are kind of like in pause.
My whole thing is, look, man. At the end of the day, stop playing yourselves. I'm not saying this is not cool. I'm simply saying I don't see the staying power. I don't see the staying power. I see the fact that you're going to be excited. You can play your PC game on the toilet or on the go a few times, and after that, you're going to want to play in front of your big 32-inch or 24-inch 4K monitor or dual monitors. And then you're going to say, oh, I can hook it up to my PC. Yeah, you can, but it's not as simple as a Switch. It's not as simple. It can be done. But, I mean, come on. Stop it. Stop it. All your games have to be downloaded. How fast is the Wi-Fi chip in this thing?
It also doesn't have an SD card slot, from what I understand. So I'm not sure.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
The PC Master betas are very weird people. Like, I mean, I don't even think it's about the game.
Let's be honest. M.2 drivers doesn't consume that much. Really doesn't consume a lot of power, so they could do that. But expandable, maybe that's the way they're gonna do it. That you open up and you. And I'm not looking into it, but I know you could do stuff with certain things. But yeah, yes.
I can see them doing something with the cloud servers.
Yeah. That's right. You buy a brand new game, and what they do to offset your anger is, oh, buy it now. It releases in 3 months. You can preload it tomorrow because the shit is 150 gigabytes, and it's gonna take you about 24 hours to get it all downloaded.
Yeah. Well, I got you. Well, it is. And one more thing too. This is a PSA. I just saw a video just popped up on my screen, which is seeing stupidness.
Oh boy!
It is basically I talked about it in a thing, which is TikTok. I just saw a video of TikTok. Somebody's using bleach and Dawn to clean it. I'm like, what? Why? They're doing that, and of course, it got to be for jokes because people are stupid, but people are dumb enough to look at stuff and whatever. Do not follow stuff like that. Excuse me. 1 and 2. Don't put it on your daggone phone. Literally now, TikTok just came on and say, yeah. In a term of service, yeah, we're recording your phone and everything. And here's the thing: they're not only just watching you on your phone, recording your phone. Again, go to CNET, look at the video of TikTok to see how they can hack into your other phones, even though you don't have it. If somebody's on your network, that's why I have 3 daggone VPNs on my network. I ain't trusting no more people like that. But also, They literally said we are. It's crazy that they said this. We also, because a lot of phones now come with fingerprint and face readers and everything, they also track your biometrics.
Yep.
And that's why my phone has that. I have never activated face unlock or fingerprint unlock for anything, not even my phone. I don't trust them. I know they're cheap as hell scanners, and they're not that great. They're not that secure. No.
I got you. I'm not gonna say I've never used the face unlock. I have used the finger unlock, but mine is a double, double
authorization.
Yeah, because again, I don't have that much. I showed last night on Project Open Mic. If you guys go back to watch that, Project Open Mic, like I don't have that much apps on my phone. I'm not an app person, whatever. But because some of the apps does, I use for my house and stuff, of course. Yeah, I use I use that as a biometrics to use my finger and also number / patterns.
Yeah, you're like me. I don't have many apps on my phone, and even the ones I do have, I'm never signed in. So if you were to take my phone from me, there is no app that I have that's automatically signed in. You have to sign into my stuff. Period.
Yeah.
I don't leave anything signed in. No password saved, no username saved, nothing. My phone is like a brand new baby. It has no identity. If you were to steal it, you couldn't get in the shit.
Yep, same thing here. So just again, if TikTok is doing all this stuff, again, and China is, stop fooling yourself. Guys, again, the only reason China is smart, I gotta give it to them. The only reason TikTok is so big because of the 50 Cent army. That's the only reason. If they didn't have that, TikTok would have never become as popular as it is. And what the 50 Cent army, for people who don't know, is there are a million people. Their job literally is to be in a computer room, thumbs up and write in weird comments and look at videos for the day. That's all they do. And since TikTok is is a Chinese thing, that's what they do. They tell them to do that, so it feels so. So when these American kids get in, they're like, "Oh my goodness, I got a million views." Yeah, million views of people who just really don't care what they're doing or whatever. They just watch it just on a loop, just for that. So I gotta give. That's a smart idea to do it. I'm not knocking it.
Because Americans are so concerned with popularity that if you make them feel popular and good, that something is making them popular. Guess what? They're all for it. Basically, you're feeding the beast.
Yeah,
you're feeding the beast. Popularity is very important for America. That's why Toyota gave us a Lexus, which is nothing but a Toyota with the badge. Same thing. Honda gave us Acura. Same thing.
Yeah.
We care about how we look, and it can be the exact same thing. Other countries don't do that. Not for the most part. They don't.
Nope.
So it's no surprise. And like me, for example, my Facebook is out on my phone. I never downloaded TikTok. No other social media sites. The only one I used to use, and you guys know this, was Google Plus, but now it's gone. Other than that, no. I don't do any of that shit. So while the rest of this tsunami public is doing everything that's popular, playing Fortnite, getting on TikTok and all that other BS, I'm doing the opposite of the rest of them. So when they lead y'all ass out to the pasture to kill you all some kind of way, I won't be a part of the group.
Got you. Yeah. Same thing here. So yeah, again, like I said, nope, I'm not putting that on my I'm not gonna put that on my phone. Never have. Just you guys gotta be careful of that stuff, of course. But other than that situation there, of course, I think, and again, thank you guys. I know I didn't read the thing. I hopefully read it next week. Get back into the swing of the side chat. But I do want to thank all the people again on Tempo FM for, I got a lot of replay views for even though I messed up. I did mess up, but still y'all shared it again. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, the Bill Cosby video that I did. Yeah, when when it was live aired, the audio wasn't there good, which is that. But I fixed as best as I could with what's going on. And you can go to YouTube. I don't have that much views on YouTube or Facebook, but you can go there and see what was going on. But again, he was set up from the get go. He was set up from the get go. I know y'all say what you want to say, but again, nobody's supposed to go. They were after this man just to stop him from becoming thing and also mess up his legacy. That's what they did. So they did it. So Bill,
yeah, I saw Razorfist video about that. It was messed up. Yeah, it's sad.
Most of Lager's video was Razorfist's video.
Yeah, but I did say that all that stuff without Razorfist's video on this program itself before this happened. I've said that. The only thing new that I found out that I did not know was who the judge was. Which I'm like, really? That's the judge? Damn it! I mean, that is set up from the get go, literally.
Yeah, they tarnished his legacy with some bullshit.
Yeah. I'm not saying that he didn't do whatever again. I'm not that. But my point is, you convict somebody on facts. Not he say, she say, and that's some bull crap. Literally. So, I don't get it. But, with that said, we coming out to the end of the show. Like I said, hope the weekend is coming up. Hope y'all getting it cool as you can hear Anderson in the background getting himself cool. Oh my goodness. It is that's the situation, of course. But with that said, I want to get before we head out of here. Is there anything else you guys want to talk? You guys want to say before we leave? What about you, Doc?
No, not really, man. I will be doing my own little comical video about the Steam Deck.
Okay.
Just like I did one about the Switch OLED and what people were looking forward to. So definitely check that out. But yeah, letting my fans know, if any of y'all in here, I am back. I will be doing more videos. Not a lot. I mean, I have some stuff in the pipeline, but don't get it twisted. I'm not Tupac. I don't have 500 songs ready to go.
Well, again,
that's what I want to talk about.
No, well, that's good to hear. That's like I said. I'm happy that you're moving to your house and everything's a little more different. So yeah. What about you, Mr. Anderson? What else you want to say before we leave?
Just take your swords, people, and raise them up to skyward.
These guys are talking about video games, of course. For me, again, guys, take it easy. Hope that you guys have a good weekend. Keep your eyes out of a lot of stuff. Keep off of TikTok. Do not put TikTok on your phone because it's devil incarnate. Do not trust it.
And I will say, if you can, start weeding yourself out of social media, period. Like, seriously, people, it's not good. Its introduction may have some good stuff about it. I mean, the guys I'm talking to on the podcast now, I wouldn't have met them.
Doc, you gotta use the proper term. Anti-social media.
Just my thing is, I appreciate it for the good it has done, but it's done a lot more harm than good, especially in today's age. So if you can, I'm not saying go cold turkey. I'm saying, but literally limit how much you use it and what you use it for. That's very important. I'm not saying live off the grid, because that's almost impossible. But I am simply saying, start looking up more than looking down.
Yep.
See what's in front of you more so than what's in your hand as you look down.
Yes.
I know it's scary. I know it's scary, people, but it's better to interact with people face to face personally than miles away via the internet.
Now, don't say the same things to them that you would say on the internet, but
exactly.
But still, just if you can, slow down on the use of social media. I can promise you there are a lot of benefits to it. A lot of benefits.
Healthy benefits.
Yep, it is. So with that, for me, like I said, everything for me is quite simple in that regard. I just hope that everybody can enjoy yourself, and like they were saying, yeah, it's you just gotta be careful on a lot of things in that regard. Hopefully next week you guys join us back again. Thank you for watching the videos. Again, I'm trying to get back to the full swing of back into things. You know, hopefully everything goes well. Again, the videos, Project Over Mike, and side chat. Again, hopefully we get the crew back as well too in that regard. So with that said, remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, race, creed, height, sex, gender, nationalities, location. Evil's evil, and of course, for me, again, that is very important. Individuals are smart. I mean, people are stupid. Individuals are smart. Be that smart individual. So, of course, peace out. Have a good night, and we'll catch you back next week on Project. I'm sorry, on the side check, and of course, check out Project Open Mic as well too. All right. So, peace out.
Peace.
Adios.